Hey there, Chika Samuels here, your fertility and lifestyle coach. Today we're discussing about what are you actually focusing on? What is taking your energy? What are you giving attention to? I love to start with a quote by Helen Mirren. She said, the trick in life is learning how to deal with it. Very simple, but very instructive. Okay, so just about every day, I wish I could snap my fingers and give my trying parents the baby that they dream of. I also wish my magical finger snapping could solve extreme, poverty, world hunger, climate change, COVID issue, and a host of global issues. But the magic doesn't lie directly with this. It lies in you taking charge of your circumstances and your situation. Watching back-to-back episodes of the latest TV series, mourning, about the state of the nation, your government, and life generally, and blaming everyone, including your spouse, isn't gonna get you a baby. There are things you can worry about, and these are the things that I call are within your areas of concern. And there are also things you can do something about, and these are within your areas of influence. Take a closer look at this picture right here. Are you taking a closer look? And you can take notes also. So you must choose wisely where you invest your energy. Because no matter how much you may dislike, for example, a particular weather pattern, for instance, you can't control it. You can only influence your experience of it by probably dressing appropriately, moving to another climate that pleases you more, or simply changing your attitude. That's all. It's your choice. Becoming clear and certain about what belongs in which area of paramount, which area, whether your area of influence or the other area of concern, is of paramount importance when it comes to, your long-term happiness. I find that people often run the risk of spending too much time and energy, vital energy of their time on areas of concern, worrying about things they cannot change, things they cannot control, such as maybe someone that is doing IVF, how long it's going to take for the test results to come back, from the lab, or maybe you're just doing your comprehensive fertility results, you're worrying about the test results and how, they will feel if the results are not what they would like to say, or what they would like to see, rather. Time and energy spent on areas of concern, like we have seen in the picture that was projected, is effort taken away from your area of influence. So by investing your time in your area of influence, you can change the course of your life, literally. So the question is, what would you choose? That's my question to you. What would you choose? Where would you rather invest your energy and your time? Taking charge of your choices for as long as it takes, is the best possible way to be able to predict your future in any area of your life, really, not just in fertility. Contrary, the other flip of the coin to what you may have been taught growing up, many things that contribute to your optimum fertility are, trust me, to a large extent, they are within your ability to influence. And while you can never control every outcome, you always can completely, absolutely control. You have control over your input into any particular situation. Underestimating or dismissing your ability to influence your results, your fertility results, coupled with not educating yourself about how you can make a difference and take charge of your fertility journey, is what may just be keeping you infertile. There is much that is within your control. That's the rule of thumb and the message of this, this session. including your lifestyle choices. And for me, that is a liberating, great news. The fact that I can do something about it. And this was, it was quite liberating to, make this discovery when I was trying for a child. It was quite a question that I had. Is there something I can do? Can I make a difference? Is this a lifelong death sentence? So your attitude to your fertility journey is also within your control. So ultimately, you and your trying partner are in charge as a unit, because fertility is a team sport. It's up to you as a team whether you choose to exercise your power, your superpower that only you have to transform your results once and for all, or whether you continue, going around in circles. It's basically your choice. Nobody is gonna make that choice for you. So you are either consciously or unconsciously making the choice. I would like to share a story of a particular, professor who stood in front of a class and placed rocks, in a jar until it was full. So he asked the class, "Is this jar full?" The students said yes. So it's a very funny story. So then the professor added pebbles this time, to the top of the jar and gently shook, the jar until the pebbles filled in the spaces in between, the rocks. And he asked, "What about now?" The students agreed that it was full. Then the professor proceeded to add sand this time, finer sand, to the top of the jar and shook it a little until the sand trickled down, and nothing will move inside the jar. Then he added water to the brim, of the jar. Only then, did the professor agree with them that the jar was full. So what's the moral and what's the take home of this story? In my version of this story, the rocks are your health, your relationship, your resources, your money, your time, yeah? If nothing but the rocks were in the jar, you will still have every opportunity to thrive, right? So for me, the pebbles represent the other valued things like your career, your business, your hobbies, your creativity, yeah? And then the sand and the water represent the small stuff, yeah? These are negligible stuff, fleeting things, that have little consequence in the, general scheme of things and in your long-term happiness. So if the sand and the water were placed in the jar first, the pebbles and the rocks simply won't fit in, yeah? I'm sure you agree. So the point I'm highlighting here is that it's important to connect with and prioritize what really matters. For this to occur, clarity on your current obstacles to your fertility cannot be emphasized. Most importantly, how to effectively address them is even more vital. One of my trying parents in the fertility coaching programs once said to me, "You have taught me many valuable things, but the greatest learnings I've gotten in our coaching program have been in relation to changing my mindset, setting behavioral goals, and realizing that I don't have to be a victim to infertility." I did a happy dance. I flipped and I did a happy dance because for me, that's what it's all about. Find out that you are going above the line that is keeping you under as a victim and taking charge to do something, about your results because you can. So this is your take home today. Draw your own areas of concern, your areas of influence diagram, just like you saw in terms of your fertility. I would like to see yours. Where would you put your nutrition? Are you in control of what you eat? Or you eat whatever everybody else is eating or whatever is available? Will you choose to stop smoking, drinking alcohol? Will you choose to exercise? Who is in ultimate control of your going for your bricks walking or going to the gym? Most people want a simple, magical answer to their, fertility difficulties. They believe that if they go down the IVF route or ICSI or IUI, despite being unhealthy, or probably take one magic pill or do some massage or yoga thingy and everything will be fine. This seemingly innocent approach is a dangerous trap, and one that I try as much as possible to warn to whom it may concern. I get it. You feel lost. You don't know who to trust. You've been taken advantage of. So just in case any of this could be true, you end up doing a whole lot of disjointed and ineffective activities in the hope of realizing your dream or trying to figure it out by yourself. This is what being misinformed, overwhelmed, and confused looks like. It leads to a huge waste of precious fertile time. People try to, take down the iroko tree of their infertility by, this tree that lies between them and their dream, of having a baby, by removing one leaf at a time. They pull off one part of the tree and then try to squeeze in through, the part that the space that they left in the tree. When they realize they have never fit, they could never fit through, they move through, the other part of the tree and pull off some random parts of the tree, the stem and other branches. The empty spaces quickly fill up with sadness, with bitterness, with unwillingness to try anything that could actually help. But deep down, they know they are not done. So they keep that at the wall. They keep at that tree without the proper tools or the proper strategies, sustaining further injuries along the way. The reality is that most couples have barely scratched the surface of what they could do to effectively overcome their fertility challenge, despite all the activities and thousands of dollars wasted. So it is vital to understand that when seemingly minor obstacles to health and fertility get compounded by their own individually, there may not be a problem. It may not be a problem that you have fibroid. There may not be a problem that the husband had low sperm count. But when these issues from the male and the female get compounded, they create something quite major. Ultimately, determining the best way to transform your results must be a deep, systemic, and methodological, approach that takes both couples, the whole couple, into consideration, not just parts and parcels. As I've always told, our trying parents, removing one leaf at a time from that iroko tree of your infertility iroko tree, it's ineffective at its best. Instead, you need a great big bulldozer to smash down the tree, dig it up from the stump, clear the way, and build a path to the healthy baby of your dreams. Yes, it may be a messy walk at the beginning, but trust me, the results are indefinite. They are infinitely more rewarding and more satisfactory in the medium to long term, and that's where you want to give attention to. So my message to you is this: you have more power than you think. Forget about spending time in those areas of concern. Dedicate yourself to your realm of influence. Educate yourself. Use the tools and the materials that we give you. Read them, watch the videos, so you know exactly what you need to do. Then with the right support, Soprecious of course on your side, knowing that you're on the right path, taking the right action until you have your outcome. And that is the way to get the results. Do you have questions? Let's talk in class.